Hello, my name is Bojan Savic, and I'm here at the Mercedes-Benz of Scottsdale, almost 16 years, and I would like to present to you this beautiful 2027 Mercedes-Benz S500, the new S-Class. So this is the very first S-Class for the 2027 that we received. It's S500 4MATIC, and it's basically a basic car. It doesn't have that many upgrade options, but I will be happy to tell you what's new and what's different, because this is one of the most extensive upgrades that we ever did on the refreshment of the car, and it's over 2,700 new parts of the vehicle. But let's start with the first. What's different? So the grille, it's larger for about the 20% than we had before, and we do have this Mercedes-Benz star that are all over the front grille. Here you can notice it's also the front camera, one of the 10 cameras that we have now in the car, and I will tell you why do we need 10 cameras now on the car. Also, this particular one is a luxury model, so not an AMG styling. How can you know that? Well, this part is chrome, the front strip is chrome, this Mercedes-Benz start is chrome, and the front bumper is a little bit different. So also the new thing that you can notice, this star, right now it's not illuminated, but it is offered as an option that you can have this star that is right here to be illuminated. Also the new headlights. New headlights are still the digital light headlights, but they're much improved over the ones before. 25,000 pixels that can individually react in the real time for the oncoming traffic and everything else that there is around him. Does it have the three-pointed star now in the headlights? So it looks a little bit more appealing, a little bit more brand identifying powers on the headlights. So the front bumper is different, grille is different, the headlights are different. That's quite a bit different in the terms of the S-Class. So let's move here on the side of the vehicle. So right now we have the standard wheels that are coming with the S-Class, and you can choose anywhere from 19-inch, 20-inch to 21-inch wheels. Those are the choices, 19, 20, and 21. Across, of course, S500 and the S580. And we still have not released the S63. We don't know when that's gonna come out yet. Cameras that are now on the side, that's gonna be basically the self-driving of the next generation driving, the level 2++. Basically that will give you, we need those cameras. Right now that system is not available. It's not functioning, but soon as it comes out, it can be leased for 3 years. That will be available, that you just tell the address and the car takes you to your destination. So we need those cameras together with this camera right here and together with this camera. So the vehicle has 1, 2, 3 that you can see right here, 3 on the other side. That's 6 cameras, and you have the front and the sides. All together, we need 10 cameras. To moving on the side, another recognizable strip of the luxury. This part is chrome. This one does not have the night package, so this strip right here, it's kind of a mixture of the chrome and the brushed aluminum on the side. Some people don't like everything that's blacked out, so this one is a black car with a black interior, but not everything is blacked out. Of course, we do have the fuel tank. It's always on the opposite side. So this particular vehicle is, I should have mentioned that right from the start, it's powered by the 3-liter turbocharged single turbo engine producing 442 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque that will propel this car in about 4.3 seconds 0 to 60. It is mated with the 9-speed automatic transmission, 9-speed G-tronic, and the vehicle is based upon the Airmatic suspension, so it gives you that nice, very comfortable, smooth drive that many people really like and appreciate about the S-Class, and that's sincerely to be what makes the S-Class an S-Class. So moving on to the back, like I mentioned, this vehicle is an all-wheel drive, a 4MATIC all-wheel drive. That's how you can get now only right below the star. If you reach and you just press the button, it will open up the trunk, and there's plenty of the space in the trunk, and you can note that it has these indentations on the both sides. So can it fit the golf clubs? Yes, it definitely looks like it can. Does come with Sirius satellite radio, the drag to move the inside for the front license plate, and right here underneath gives you a little bit more storage space and the front hook. So does have quite a bit of a storage space. Where's the spare tire? Does not come with the spare tire. So basically it has extended mobility or the run flats. That's what you get on basically all of the sedans, all of the cars that can help you out. And you have this little lever that can hold this back. So if you need to put some stuff, like I will place this right here, place it underneath here, pump this in and close the trunk space. And you do have one cigarette power outlet here. If you have something that you need to power up, this can hold some of the individual pieces right here and go right here. So press the button, close the trunk on the vehicle, and we can do that also with the key. And now moving on inside of the driver's door, would like to invite you for a short drive so we can experience somehow over the, I will try to do my best and to describe you my experience of just driving a little bit this beautiful 2027 S500 and tell you a little bit about it. Okay, so let's take this beauty out for a little spin and see how it drives and how it feels. Well, as soon as you get in the car, of course, you'll have that feeling that you're in brand new technology and the brand new everything. Everything looks more updated, even if you have one that's 26, 25, 23, or 22, everything will look a little bit different. Oh, I will tell you later, it has a 4.5-degree standard rear wheel steering that makes these turns much easier. So the things that are on the side of the door, the only thing that we see really is the difference is the new design of the Burmeister sound system. We do have the 3D sound system, gets about 650 watts, and it has about 15 speakers right now that are producing that beautiful sound. So going now, looking at the front, what we have, air vents, they are different, and it's also digital opening and closing and how much air it's coming out. Redesigned on the front instrument cluster that we have right here. So you can change the design and all the features, that's also redesigned. And you have infotainment for the front, for the center, and also for the passenger. They are a little bit different. So different is that we have right now the next generation of the Mercedes-Benz user experience, but in order to bring that up, we had to install the Mercedes-Benz operating system. So this is the first time on the S-Class that we have brand new, its own Mercedes-Benz operating system. So basically the foundation of the Mercedes-Benz user experience is the Mercedes-Benz operating system. And that's what makes many of the things that we will talk about more make it possible to have that integrated in the car, as well as the part of that that's being called the self-driving of the Mercedes-Benz Drive Plus. So on the steering wheel, what's different? You will notice that you do have some buttons. You do have the volume and the mute button. They're available there, a button. And of course, movement of the other features that are in the car. Everything is right here. It's under your fingertips, so you don't have to take the hands off the steering wheel. Moving on to the center console, the whole new display, whole new area of features, many of the apps, which when I stop, I will let you know what it is. Of course, we have the chargers for the cell phone, but to the experience of the drive. So this is S500, 442 horsepower, 443 pound-feet of torque. It drives just as you expected, super smooth. And we'll talk about that. We have an upgrade now to our 4MATIC system. So basically we have the system that knows the road, that will scan the road and let us know about any of the inequalities, so the vehicle can go over those bumps and you will feel the least amount of possible, because the bump is going to come in. It will prepare the suspension for that, so the minimal travel from the road is going to be transferred into the cabin or for your riding pleasure in this beautiful car. In order to really experience the drive, you really have to be inside of the car and behind the wheel. Right now, you cannot feel it, but it is really amazing how quiet it is. Even to the previous generation, it is quiet, because I'm sure you're familiar that the S-Class has a double pane windows. It has illumination on the windows, so you really can't hear much of the outside. So that's from the noise, as far as the suspension and the active damping that we have now on the 4MATIC suspension makes this ride super smooth. But then I guess the S-Class, it stands for something as a poster child of the smoothness of the cars and how well it's taking its turn. You just, again, have to be here and to really experience it. So, as I mentioned, infotainment and the Mercedes-Benz operating system, it is available right here, and you do have that also for the passenger. This comes as a standard. Now, of course, we can press dynamic select, so we can take this into a sport mode. You will feel that immediately. And again, this vehicle as a standard on all-wheel drive, it's about 4.3 seconds. That's for the Mercedes. I am sure that some of you will get it under 4 seconds if you're buying this car for the speed, even though this is not something that you would speed with. Now we're coming to the red light, and the car is, I mean, you just have to experience it. Seriously, how smooth and how powerful this feels. So you do have the couple of other features that are in the buttons that are right here for the camera, for the screen, for the mute, and for the voice commands. I'm going to slowly accelerate. So this vehicle, also to mention, it is a mild hybrid. So it does have that small battery inside, 48 volt, that supplies the power. So basically we can get a little bit more power and a little bit better fuel economy. So we're going back now to the dealership. This was just like a couple of miles spent. So one of the things that makes it a little bit more, I'm hoping that you can notice, we're outside the driving, how much light really it comes in, because the car comes standard with the panorama roof. It is open, so for some of you that do have the cloudy days, you can experience as much light as possible. So it's kind of a maybe version of the convertible, just gives quite a bit of light on the inside. Usually during the summer, like it is now, we're blessed with the cloudy day, so we can enjoy it. But usually in the August, you're trying to close this, you just press the button, it's going to be very, very quiet. Now everything is going to get a little bit darker. And then I can pull on the side curtains, so make this much, much, much darker. And in the back, for the rear sunshade, I can make this really dark. If that's what you enjoy, we're just giving you an option. You pick the ones that are working for you the best. And again, I cannot emphasize enough how smooth and the quality of the ride that the new S-Class does provide. And this is, again, the basic S500 4MATIC that comes standard. Again, of course, 2027. And you will notice that's a 2027 from the exterior, from the side view, from the back. And I point out things that are different on the car. From the interior, it's, I think the doors are about the only one that stayed. The different center console is different. Seats, yeah, seats, they are the same as we had in the 26. Now they all come with the little pillows. They're not for you to fall asleep, but in case the need be, I'm sure it will come convenient. Oh, I almost forgot, you do have a front camera. So why would you need that front camera? Don't you have enough cameras on this car? You have 10 of them on the exterior. Well, we need this camera if we want to have the conference calling. The vehicle is at the stop, and you have the conference call. You need a Zoom call. You need to communicate with the other people that will see you and stuff. You can do that with the help of this camera. This camera can also notice if somebody gets into your car, and it will alert you. So it does have the 360-degree safety system that if anything moves in the car, the camera kind of sees, but you do have the many of the other sensors. In the case that you need to take the pictures or anything else for the amusement, this camera can be used. We first introduced it in 2024 E-Class, so some of you may be already familiar, but for some of you that you don't know, this serves for the conference call, Zoom call, whatever other somebody will need to see you from this camera. Like I mentioned, the vents are a little bit different, and they're all digital operation. And yes, you can open the center console, so you can have cup holders and stuff. And I think the improvement of the cup holders, you do have these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, that can hold your drink. That is an improvement that we had before. And the center console that can hold more items that you would need. And I'll show you the power outlets, and they are illuminated blue. You definitely want to see blue because it gives you a better charging, faster charging. They're about 100 watts, and that's what you would really like to see. Okay, so let me mention you some of the other features that are come standard on this class. Just for another reminder, the only thing that we do have optional on this particular S-Class is the Napa seats. It's the Napa leather seats, the only upgrade that this vehicle has. So total MSRP is, let me see, it gets to be $116,390. And I want to point out the fuel economy. It's 20 in the city, 28 on the freeway, and 23 miles per gallon on the average. This is for a 442 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque car. But let's get down to the more fun stuff. I mentioned you the Mercedes-Benz user experience and the Mercedes-Benz operating system. So basically, this is it. And you can notice the whole display. It's a little bit different, and you do have some of the buttons that you can control right here. So let's say you want to clean this, you can press the button. It will says a cleaning mode where you can switch off the system and the features. So let's say you want applications, you want a parking, you want a service, phone, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius. I mean, as you can see, let's say the Burmeister sound system. Now the system is going to ask you, do you want a pure, intense, or rear exclusive sound experience? Because this is a 3D sound experience, and we do have more options. Let's say the ambient styling, that's something that just about everybody enjoyed. We can have the color for the clouds that will be on inside. We can have the mystical coast, can have the high surf, asphalt track, calm depths, but that's something that again can be experienced once you get on the inside. And again, interaction with the voice, because if I say now, hey Mercedes,
yes,
change ambient color to blue, please.
You got it.
So this part is going to be easy. But if I ask, hey Mercedes,
I'm listening.
when is the next game for the Phoenix Suns for the 26-27 season?
You need online voice control for this service. Check the relevant settings for that in the Mercedes-Benz app.
We need the online control. So basically we need to activate the system, but it's right now, it's not activated. But otherwise you can ask that question and it will provide you that answer. So you can go out of this Vivaldi browser, you can have that sound experience too. So each sound profile changes the engine sound and the interaction tone. So basically, if you want to hear the motor, if you don't want to hear the motor, you can isolate that. Some of the cool features, interaction sound, it can be on. We're going to leave that here. Ambient lighting, do you want operating feedback? What the color of the brightness? Do we want to have the multicolor? Malibu Sunset, Miami Rose, Vehicle Pink, that can have that. So many of the other digital features and digital extras, they're going to be available, and I'm going to go over those features that are available, and some of them are subscription based, and some of them Mercedes-Benz gives you for free in the beginning, so you can see all of them. You can try all of them and to see, maybe subscribe to some of them that you like, and of course do not subscribe for the ones that you do not like, but many of them are, well, I'll talk to you about it. I guess it's going to be more appropriate. So let me just get now into the options and to the features that do come standard on the car. Okay, so the safety and security features that are on the car that come as a standard, it's the active brake assist, blind spot assist, plus digital light headlamps with adaptive high beam assist, distance assist Atronic, lane changing assist, MB drive assist, MB drive parking and assist 360, steering assist, guard 360 vehicle protection plus with the collision detection. So all those features are standard on every single S-Class that you receive. So I just want to use this opportunity to get in the back seat and to show you basically how much space does it have. I am 6 foot even, about 180 pounds. How much space do I have right now in the back? Well, of course, all the controls for the rear. Vents, Phoenix, Arizona, 110 degrees outside. Yes, vents and air conditioning is very important thing. So you do have that here on the side. You do have that in the center, and it's again digital opening and the closing of the vents with these buttons right here, open and close. And you do have the power outlet. Will give you the two more chargers. They are blue. Again, that gives you the 100 watts power outlet. Speakers that are in the back. Space right here to leave some of your items, and you do have more that you can close. Opening of this is to put the cell phone, and then if you open it a little bit more, this is where your rear cup holders are. This is a 5-passenger vehicle, so we can put this up, so it gives you the one more seat belt. So can we sit in the middle? Yeah, definitely we can. It's going to be super comfortable. Well, I don't know about comfortable. It's not too tight either. As you can see, I'm sitting in the middle space, and I do have the height of that it's clearing. I'm not hitting anything, and it does have also the rear headrests that are controlled right here. That is for the safety. So far as on the back seat, and I want to keep in mind, this is what it comes as a standard. So there's no way that you can put the passengers in the back and somebody's going to complain about the comfort or about space that it is outside. Because again, you do have optional heated and ventilated seats in the back and the massage seats in the back. If you want to go towards the Maybach, you can have the center console. It's going to open, but I'm going to talk about those when we get those cars. Hopefully that is going to be soon. But again, this is how much space do you have for the passengers in the rear. Well, again, thank you very much for watching this video. I just would like to summarize and tell you what's all new on the 2027 Mercedes-Benz S500. So we have the new grille, new star, 20% larger than before, available illuminated front star, new digital light with the new motif that a little bit better and improved than we had before, whole new front bumper, new set of wheels that we have, 19, 20, and 21 are your choices. 10 cameras that we do have now on the side that are right here, and that are in the back. On the inside, the new design for the Burmester sound system, the new steering wheel, new display, new Mercedes-Benz operating system, next generation Mercedes-Benz user experience, new options as far as safety, Mercedes-Benz Drive Plus that we're going to talk about soon as it gets released. It is not currently. The new center console, new display or the super screen that we have available, new interior facing camera, and of course we do have the dash cam. And if we go all the way to the back, you do have the new line on the back, this whole new chrome strip, the new taillights with the Mercedes-Benz motif, Mercedes-Benz star, and the rear portion of the bumper is different. So those are enough reasons for a different. Oh, did I mention that the engine on the S500 has more power, and the one on the V8 also has more power because it's reworked? Yes. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Bojan Savic here at Mercedes-Benz of Scottsdale. Please call me and ask for me, and I'll be happy to show you and tell you everything in person about this beautiful S-Class.